Hey, it's Pastor Mike responding to a question about expository preaching. It is a question we get often around here at Compass because expository preaching, we say, is one of our values. We want to make sure that the kind of preaching that we do is primarily, if not exclusively, expository preaching. Expository means to explain. And what we mean by expository preaching is that we as preachers and teachers, we want to explain the text. In other words, I like to put it this way, we want to be used by the text to preach the text's message. We don't want to use the Bible to preach our messages. We want to be used by the Bible to preach its message. And if you think about that, that is a profoundly distinctive way to teach. I mean, those are two totally different ways to approach the task of preaching. Do I, like many preachers, sit and think about what I want to preach to the church, and then I go to my Bible to try and find verses and passages or stories that might support what I want to say? That's using the Bible to preach my message. Or am I going to the text itself, beginning with the text, looking at the text, understanding the text, and trying to let my sermon give a voice to that text so that I explain its meaning as well as introduce my congregation to some of its implications and how it ought to be used to transform my life, becoming doers of the Word? Or am I just simply trying to figure out on my own what I want to say and then utilizing the Bible? Two different ways to preach. Expository preaching, by that we mean we want the Bible to use the preacher to preach the Bible's message. Very important, and it is what we are committed to here at Compass Bible Church. It is what I trust the church is recognizing we desperately need. We need to hear from God when we have a preacher stand up with a Bible. We don't want to hear from the preacher. We would like to hear the Bible use the preacher to preach the Bible's message.